Hi friends, I'm Karyn, and this is the Family Food for Moms podcast. We're talking about inspiration for family cooking and dining. Today we're going to talk about a few snacks that are really helpful to have available in the fridge when I have a crazy day, which is most days. I definitely have a sweet tooth, and often I'm looking for something sweet but healthy to grab when I feel that lull in energy or when I'm just feeling like I want to eat something. So I'm going to chat about a few things that are quick and easy to make and to grab from the fridge when you're at home and you're craving something good. Sometimes as a mom, it's hard enough to make sure that you're getting the nourishment you need. Forget about sitting down and actually enjoying eating your meals. That's not easy. Now, we try to have family lunches, and most days we manage, but some days are just too busy. And then there's the time in between meals too when you need a snack. You need a protein snack, or you need something to keep up your energy. I struggle with these things all the time, but one thing I know for sure, if I'm not nourishing myself properly, then a lot of other things are going to start falling apart. If my blood sugar is all over the place, if I'm moody and tired, then things are not good. If my blood sugar is balanced, I feel calm and able to handle my days much better. If I don't eat enough protein, if I don't eat enough nourishing food, then I feel exhausted and often overwhelmed and not able to cope with all the conversation that goes on in a busy home and homeschool. But if I eat good protein and nourishing meals, then I've got energy and I can give my attention to my kids, to my family and the home as needed. I have energy for cooking, for other work times too. So, do you have these struggles? Then stick around for some ideas. So, one of the things I struggle with is healthy snacks, especially during that long stretch between lunch and dinner. I find that having pre-made snacks in the fridge helps a lot. First, let's talk briefly about what not to eat for snacks. Granola bars, especially from the store, have a lot of bad oils, wheat, and other things that we shouldn't be ingesting. Very processed. Bags of things are often not enough protein and too much of the junk. So if you can find perhaps things fried in tallow or coconut oil, that's better, but still there's not enough protein in that kind of thing. And they're often moreish. You have some you want more. Little sweets from the cupboard, chocolate chips. This shouldn't be your whole snack. Highly sweetened yogurt. These things are not ideal. So, fresh fruit, if you can, is amazing. I love to grab a grapefruit and cut it up. One of my favorites. And I love papaya, mango. But those things sometimes take a while to chop, and sometimes you don't have the time. So then just a fresh orange or apple is amazing. Cheese is brilliant. If you can get cheese, healthy cheese, and cut it up into kind of snack-sized pieces and wrap those. I hate wrapping cheese in plastic, but I don't really know what else to use for small bits of cheese. So if you have any ideas on that, let me know. Carrot sticks, celery sticks in water in a jar in the fridge are amazing. So these are some things that I like to make at the beginning of the week. That's a little more work, but then it's really quick and really good when you need a snack. Number 1 is gummies. I'm sure you've seen this on the internet. But they are so amazing, and they're really an easy way to get some good gelatin in your diet. All you need is 2 cups of juice. I like to use dark grape juice or pineapple and mango juice. I like to use organic, not from concentrate juice. But any juice is good. That's got a good flavor. Then 6 tablespoons of powdered gelatin. Simply pour the grape juice into a saucepan and then sprinkle the gelatin over the top. You don't even need to wait for it to bloom because it will be heated to dissolve, but you can wait a little if you like to do that. Then you stir over gentle heat until the gelatin has dissolved completely. Make sure to scrape the bottom and the sides of the saucepan to prevent the mixture from sticking and burning. It should almost come to a boil, but not quite, so that the gelatine will be evenly dissolved and it'll set properly. Take it off the heat before it actually reaches boiling point, as that'll weaken the gelatine. Then I like to pour it into a flat glass container to cool. I usually put it in a container that has a lid that's easy to keep in the refrigerator. So I pour it into the glass container and leave it to cool for about 2 to 3 hours. I leave the lid off at first so that it doesn't become too moist from the condensation as it cools. And then after it's cooled quite a lot, I put it in the fridge and we keep it there and simply cut a piece whenever you want. We often give our kids this as a snack as well. It's a really juicy, good gummy to eat. It's not that hard. It's kind of soft and squishy, but it tastes delicious and is high in protein. Number two is homemade granola. That is, if you eat oats, it's a wonderful snack to have. Often I will soak the oats in advance, as this makes them a little healthier to use in this recipe. So let's see, you need a large bowl and you mix the dry ingredients, which is 4 cups of rolled oats, a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon cinnamon. I'll let you know where to find these recipes on our blog at the end of the episode, so don't worry about writing down the details as you go. So then the wet ingredients are half a cup coconut oil, half a cup honey, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I use vanilla powder, so I don't actually put a whole teaspoon, just a sprinkling. If the coconut oil is solid, then you have to melt it gently over a very low heat. Then you mix everything together until it's completely combined with no patches of dry oats. Then you spread the sticky mixture out into a deep baking tray or a casserole dish. Make sure to grease it first, usually using coconut oil, otherwise your granola will stick to it. Bake the granola for around 30 minutes on a low heat, probably about 360, until the oats are golden brown. Don't worry if it doesn't seem crunchy, it'll harden up as it cools. So when it's cooled a little bit, I like to mix in some coconut flakes or desiccated coconut and some chocolate chips. It's amazing. The chocolate chips melt a little bit and spread through the oats as you mix it. It's divine. Once the granola has cooled completely, then you can use a spoon to mix it and break it up. Actually, it's a good idea to mix it a few times as it cools so it doesn't stick to the container. Then you can either leave it quite chunky or break it up finely. Put it in your jar. No need to refrigerate it. Ours doesn't last long enough to need that anyway. An amazing way to have it is the traditional way with yogurt. Fill a bowl with some yummy yogurt, add a drizzle of honey or maple syrup, and a spoonful or 2 of granola on the side. Our kids love to have this as a snack as well. Then, to take this to the next level, we use this granola as a nutritious and delicious gluten-free cheesecake base crumble. In fact, we put it on top as a sprinkle instead of putting it underneath, and it works just as well and is a lot easier. So you take the granola, a spoonful or 2, and put it in a coffee grinder, grind it up, and this is amazing to sprinkle on the cheesecake that I'm going to talk about next. So number 3, the cheesecake. To start this, we soften the cream cheese at room temperature and whisk it with a fork or a whisk until there are no lumps. Then we add heavy cream and maple syrup for sweetness. Many recipes called for whipped cream, but who wants to spend ages whipping cream when heavy cream will work just as well? So this makes the filling slightly less light than whipped cream would, but it's extra creamy. So you're going to use about 1.5 cups of cream cheese and about a cup of double cream or heavy cream. Then you're going to add 5 to 6 tablespoons of maple syrup, depending on how sweet you like it, and just under a teaspoon of lemon juice. a little bit of vanilla, and a pinch of salt for flavor, and then mix the lot with a fork. It's a good time to taste it. This is a raw cheesecake, so you don't need to bake it or anything. You just mix and refrigerate. So see if you like it. See if you like a bit more salt perhaps, or a little bit more lemon juice, or even a bit more sweetener. Make it however you like. And then spread the cheesecake filling into a glass container, and then sprinkle some of the magic ground granola on top. You can then enjoy some yogurt and granola, or some cheesecake, or some gummies at any time. It's so great to know that there are these high protein options. Also, I forgot to mention, in the granola, you can add in some protein powder before you put it in the oven, and that adds to the nutrition as well. So I'm going to end off with a couple of tips. When you are feeling like a snack, try have a cup of tea or a glass of raw milk or some lemon water to really help your body to just relax. And perhaps you'll realize you don't need a snack just then. But if you really do want a snack, enjoy it. Make food and eat things that make you feel fulfilled and nourished. Even your snacks should be nourishing and fulfilling. Look forward to what you're going to have for your snack. Picture the good things it does to your body, and then have fun with it. And then prepare ahead for the week. Otherwise, you will grab the undernourishing things or the junk food. Make the good stuff and have it ready for when you need it. So if you want to see the full recipes, just have a look in this particular blog post on familyfoodformoms.com. Also, if you'd like to, you can download our free conversation starters pack with 60 different conversation starters for your family to use at the dinner table to get the conversation going. There's things for all ages, and some serious things, some fun and amusing questions, lots of fun to use. So to find those, you can go to familyfoodformoms.com/conversation. So that's familyfoodformoms.com/conversation. I'll see you next time.